On this episode of At the D Spot, we're making an out-of-this-world French Toast Casserole. Let's go. For a full list of ingredients, be sure to check the description box below. This French Toast Casserole recipe is inspired by my cousin Delilah's recipe. You know I like to add my own spin on things, but I gotta give props where props are due. Let's go.
We have our saucepan on the stove set to low heat, and to that we're going to add 1 stick of butter and melt that down. Now that our butter is melting, we're going to add a half a cup of light brown sugar, and we're just going to dissolve this in the butter until it's all well combined. Once our butter and brown sugar mixture are well combined, we're going to add that to a 9x13 baking dish. Here we have a 1-pound loaf of vanilla brioche bread that we're going to chop into 3/4 inch pieces. You can also use Italian bread or French bread, they also work well with this recipe. Now to our mixing bowl, we're going to add our milk, vanilla creamer, eggs, heavy cream, vanilla, and cinnamon to make our custard. And we'll just give that a whisk to combine everything. Now we're going to add our cut up brioche bread to the baking dish that has the butter and brown sugar mixture. Now it's time to pour our custard into our baking dish. You want to make sure that you get every piece of bread covered. You just want a single layer of bread. And I just will mix everything around to ensure that every piece of bread is going to be soaked in that beautiful custard.
After we've combined our bread and custard in our casserole dish, we're going to let it sit in the fridge for a minimum of an hour so that the bread can soak up all of that beautiful custard, and then we'll bake.
If you're not looking to make a large quantity casserole, or you don't have the 35 minutes cook time to wait, you can also make your French toast on the stovetop. Instead of cutting your bread into small pieces, you can slice your bread, dip it in the custard for about 15 seconds on each side, and you can cook it on a stovetop at medium heat with a little bit of butter for about 2 to 2.5 minutes on each side, depending on the thickness of your bread. I flipped mine after 2 minutes on each side, and oh my goodness, look at how incredible this French toast looks. I dusted my French toast with a little bit of powdered sugar, drizzled some maple syrup, and I garnished the plate with some whipped cream and a strawberry. Oh my goodness, amazing.
Okay everyone, we are back. So we've taken our casserole out of the fridge. The bread has soaked in that custard and has soaked up all that custard. We're gonna let it sit out for about 15 minutes before we pop it into the oven. I'm gonna add a few chopped pecans on top of our casserole. You can add anything that you like. You can add fruit inside. You can add chocolate chips on top. You know, it won't be mad at you. So now we're gonna pop our French toast casserole into a preheated oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. After 15 minutes of baking, we're gonna add a little bit of crumble on top to make it nice and crispy.
Now we're gonna make the crumble for the top of our casserole. In our mixing bowl, we're gonna add some flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, and some pieces of butter. We're just gonna give that all a nice mix and combine it. This crumble topping is gonna make a crispy crust on our casserole that is gonna be so bomb. After our casserole has been baking for about 20 minutes, we're gonna top it with our newly formed crumble. Now we'll just cook our casserole for another 10 to 15 minutes. Now it's time for us to make our cream cheese drizzle to top our casserole. So in our mixing bowl, we're gonna add our cream cheese, our powdered sugar, and vanilla. And we're just gonna give this a nice whisk for a little bit. And then we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of milk. If you like your cream cheese drizzle a little runnier, you can add more milk. Next, we take our cream cheese mixture and add it to a storage bag, clip the end so that we're able to pipe out and top our French toast bake. After 30 minutes of baking, we take out our French toast casserole and look at that deliciousness there. Oh my God, look at all the crunchiness on top. This looks phenomenal. Cannot wait to try it. I let my French toast casserole sit for about 10 minutes before adding the toppings. This looks so mouth-watering. I can't wait for you to try this.
Okay, everyone, we are back. Our French toast casserole is done. My kitchen smells insanely delicious. I'm so excited to try this. This has got the cream cheese drizzle with powdered sugar, raspberries, and a little bit of whipped cream on the side. And then the second one is just gonna be a little bit of powdered sugar, strawberry, and some maple syrup. You hear that crunch? Oh my God. This is absolutely delicious. It's just got the right amount of sweetness to it. The top is really crunchy. You've got that cream cheese drizzle that's dynamite, powdered sugar, freshness of raspberries. This thing is amazing. Now we're gonna try our French toast casserole with just powdered sugar, a little bit of whipped cream, strawberry, and some maple syrup. Again, light, delicious, super fresh. It's a different taste with the maple syrup coming through. I love it. You can taste the pecans. I got a taste of pecan in this one. This thing is amazing. Make this for your family, make this for your friends, make this for that next brunch. You could prepare it the day before. You can add whatever kind of fruit you want inside if you want, whatever toppings you like. You know I won't be mad at you. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of At the D Spot. I'm Danny, and remember, be good to one another. We're all connected. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and smash that bell so that you can be notified every time I release a new video. I want to give a shout out to the Maxon family from Chicago, Illinois, Delilah, Mark, EJ, and Jaden. They watch every single episode of At the D Spot. They watch these episodes together as a family. I love you guys, and thank you so much for your support.